And it's like the Lord keeps unfolding.
Yeah.
Because I've got this lens that's looking for him.
Right.
In the smallest detail.
Right. Are you wishing you could talk to the Lord about anything and everything? To know what he has for your life and your purpose, but you're just stuck in cycles of self-doubt and confusion around hearing God's voice? Well, sis, you're in the right place. Hey there, I'm Chloe, a big sister, prayer warrior, and Jesus lover. I've learned effective methods to grow in hearing and discerning God's voice, and I'm ready to share them with you. If you're ready to throw off confusion, grow in confidence in hearing the Holy Spirit, and talk to the Lord throughout your entire day, then let's get practical. Hey girl, I am so excited for you to listen to today's conversation with my very, very good friend and a dear mentor of mine, Esther Chen Bowell. Just a heads up, we are like two peas in a pod in terms of excitement and just, we love to talk about the Lord. And so we actually she didn't really introduce herself until about 10-15 minutes in, and I don't even know if we got a full introduction. There was just so much gold that we were going through, and I was just pulling out. So just to give an introduction before you dive in, because we just jumped straight into it. Esther is, like I said, a mentor of mine. You've heard, if you followed the podcast before, you've actually heard stories about her, at least one. She is the wife of the couple, the godly couple in episode 19. That really helped me when I was in this whole swirl of, am I hearing God? Am I not hearing God? Around praying for my future husband. And she and her husband were very instrumental in me and my husband getting together. So I am really, really grateful for her. She is such a godly woman. She adores the Word of God. You'll hear her even talk about it in this episode. And she's lived a life of purity, really seeking after the Lord. And so I'm just really excited for you to hear this conversation. She has so much passion and just incredible, incredible wisdom. So please enjoy my conversation with Esther Chen Bowell. Hey, sis. So I have a special guest with me today. You can't see her, but she's beaming right now. This is my very good friend, Esther Chen Bowell. And she is in the closet with me. I don't know if you...
Having a good time.
Yeah. I don't know if I've even said it on the podcast, but we always record in our tiny little closet. And when it's just Jason and me, I mean, it's our apartment, so we're used to it. But Esther is sitting on the floor.
I love it.
With me in the closet and being a very good sport about it. For the purpose of the sound quality. So thank you for being here.
A joy and delight.
So I really wanted to have Esther come on. I wanted you to come on to share because I think you carry such you see the Lord in the details. I mean, even just before we started recording, you were talking about the angler fish and just the ways that the Lord made it. You can say, but
the anglerfish, this is just a random little tidbit, but I love reading this devotional by Bruce Malone, and he basically talks about his passion in life is to debunk evolution. And he really goes, like, his main audience are high schoolers. He's like, before we get into college, so many kids are lost in college. And so he has devotionals. And he has just spent so many hours doing extensive research on all the ways in which facts corroborate Noah's Ark, the Great Flood, and a very young Earth.
Wow.
Like 7,000 years old.
Yeah.
Versus millions and billions of years old. And so, anyway, every day I just dive into a little bit. He has this devotional that's a really tiny page. And so today he talked about the anglerfish.
Yeah.
And basically it's a mile deep where there's a lot of pressure and everything is dark in the ocean.
Yeah.
And this fish has this fishing rod that sticks out from its forehead And right at the tip is this little, what looks like a worm, but it's not really a worm. It's a pseudo worm. And inside it is luciferin and luciferase, which is a compound and an enzyme that get together and make it glow. So that's
it's like the fish in Nemo.
So that's the way that fish come and get lured to it, and then it eats it. So anyway, and the part that I was sharing with you, because I got to see your beautiful son that said two became one.
Yeah.
The other part was, so the males have no digestive system.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, they have no digestive system, but they can smell pheromones. When the female emits the pheromones, the male goes to it, bites on the female's abdomen, and basically the two then start merging. There's an enzyme coming out of the male's mouth that then causes his mouth to just merge into the woman. And then that's how they reproduce. So they kind of like lose themselves into each other. So the two become one, literally.
Literally.
And then when they finish becoming one, they then fall to the bottom of the ocean. It's just like so beautiful. I'm
So
like,
beautiful.
Lord, there's so many analogies there.
Yes.
Number one, the Luciferian Luciferus. I was like, that sounds familiar. I was like, there's a fake light that looks bright and it lures you.
Whoa.
And then you get eaten, right? So I'm like, oh, the Lord's like warning, he's like got analogies. He speaks through everything.
Yes.
And then the other part is this whole, what is marriage? It's the merging of two becoming one, dying to myself.
Yes.
And then the two, after becoming one, they then die to themselves yet another level and give children life.
Yeah.
And that's like the way the Lord's always meant it.
Yeah.
Not this me, self, it's all about me. It's like this dying to self. I really feel like that's so much of the kingdom of God.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he modeled, which is I came so that I could give my life away. I'm a good shepherd because I lay my life down for you.
Yeah.
And so that's, I feel like that's kind of I feel like maturity is that, growing from this place of, it's all about me, which is a baby, right? I need to drink milk. I just pooped. Clean my poopy diaper. this. It's all about me. And the parents are running around all about the baby. And then as we mature, we get to the place where it's about giving our lives away. But I feel like the process, a lot of us are stunted in that development because we don't get our needs met. And so I just feel like so much of what makes us healthy is when we get our needs, our deepest needs met.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah.
And so just the idea of seeing God in the detail. Like a couple years ago, someone was challenging me to ask not what should I do with myself or with my time or anything like that, but Lord, what should I have faith for? And then, so I was like, okay, Lord, what should I have faith for? And immediately this thought came into my head. Ask me to show you how much I care for you down to the smallest detail. Have faith in that. So I started saying, Father, thank you. You care for me down to the smallest detail.
Yeah.
And as I kept asking him that, talking to him about that and just engaging with him in that truth that he cares, loves down to the smallest detail, like my eyes started being opened to, oh, he just loved me there. He just loved me there. He just loved me there.
Yeah.
And I feel like as I'm growing in that and my tank of need gets filled by this Father in heaven who loves me in the most intimate detail, in the most intimate way, and this overflowing abundance, then it overflows out. I'm able to be like, okay, he's loved me well. Now I get to love other people well.
Yeah.
So I feel like everything starts with him and it's going to end with him. He's like my source and he's my destination.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's interesting you said that because even just this past week, I've been in the beginning of the week really talking to the Lord about everything throughout the day, and I feel so peaceful.
Yeah.
Little things have come up and I'm like, Lord,
Yep,
just taking it to him.
Yep.
And then yesterday was really, really busy, and I just didn't put in the time as much to be talking with him. It wasn't even like I had done my quiet time, I had read the word, but the prayer piece was missing. And then today, I'm a big stress ball this morning.
Oh.
And I'm like, like it really is, I need to see you, I need to focus on you. That is like such an anchor, and it's almost like positive feedback loop.
Right.
Like I see you, and now I see you in the bad things, and I keep seeing you, so I'm seeing you more, and that's making me see you more, and that's making me trust you more.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good that you were talking about the bad things, because I feel like a lot of times the biggest battleground where the enemy takes ground is when something hurts. And then what he does, I feel like, is he's like, ooh, there's pain. I'm going to go take advantage of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go after that person's soul, and I'm going to drop all these lies so that they are like confused and they're reeling and they feel forsaken and they feel like their life just has no meaning or purpose. I feel like that is his window. To me, it's a mystery, but the Lord allows that. And I feel like he does it for a very deep, mysterious reason, which one day I'm going to ask him.
Yes.
But in that place is also the opportunity to be like, I just love you from the depths of my heart. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you that you love me even in this.
Yeah.
And that something good is going to come out of this. And so I feel like even the difficulties, you could think of it as, I don't think he is the cause, but I do think he allows it. I mean, that's a whole debate that I'm just not even going to get into. But the difficulties, if I look at them as this temporary thing that I go through because there's something glorious on the other side, then we only get one chance in this very short life to say, I love you and trust you regardless of my circumstances. Because one day everything is going to be perfect. It's going to be easy to bless him. It's going to be easy to trust him.
Right.
We get one short life. It's like a breath to be like, I trust you even though it hurts right now.
Yeah.
And so, like even to see him, his love and care in difficulties, I feel like is super key.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess we just like jumped into it and didn't give an introduction of who you are. Okay. Let's put a pin on that.
Okay.
Because I want to ask you how you see the Lord in the difficult times. Like, how do you keep seeing him in the details when it gets difficult?
Yeah.
But I'm like, let's back up a little.
Okay.
Give a little introduction.
It was the anglerfish at the very beginning.
I
We're just like, woo!
But for those of you listening, this is how it goes. Whenever Esther and I get together, it goes deep in like 0.3 seconds. So you're getting a very real view of our relationship right now. I'm like, we just like to go.
Yeah, so good.
Okay, so why don't you share a little bit about who you are?
Sure.
And then kind of your walk with the Lord.
Sure.
And I'm going to throw 3 things at you, so if you don't remember, that's okay. The other thing is, so that person was the one who told you to look for God in the details. Like,
yes.
This, because I didn't know that about you. I just noticed that you are someone who notices the Lord in the details. I didn't know it was like a lifelong question that you carry before the Lord.
It started after I was 50. So
really?
Yes. So I was on a birthday trip with my girlfriend to Cancun and Cozumel.
So fun.
And reading. And that's the time when I recharge and reconnect and ask. And then that was that. I was reading a book, and it was that book kind of just gave that question.
Wow.
I feel like the quality of our lives depends on the quality of the questions that we ask. So
write that. Okay, well, you listening, write that down. I'm like, I'm gonna
so
listen
I'm
back
like,
and write that
Lord,
down.
help me not ask questions that are a waste of time. Help me ask questions that you are delighted to answer. Holy Spirit, would you help me ask questions that you want to answer? So that's one of my asks, my big asks. And I feel like he's so merciful. You know, he He's merciful with my fears. He's merciful with my delays. All that. It's just beautiful, like how merciful he is. And yet he also just keeps encouraging, you know. And so anyway, it was on that trip that I started asking that question. Wow. And so it hasn't been a lifelong quest. It's been something that's only been a few years.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that you've noticed that, because I didn't even notice. You know how sometimes you're in the midst of the process of the Lord just growing something? You have no idea that anything's happened, because every day sometimes feels the same.
Yes, difficult.
Anyway,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so can you repeat the question one more time?
It is, so it was, instead of asking what should I do, ask what can I have faith for?
What can I have faith for?
And so I felt like the Lord's like, have faith that I love you down to the smallest detail.
Yes.
So I'm like, thank you, Father, that you love me down to the smallest detail. You care about me down to the smallest detail. And that I just kept praying that.
Yeah.
And like in my heart, in my secret place. And it's like the Lord keeps unfolding.
Yeah.
Because I've got this lens that's looking for him.
Right.
In the smallest detail.
Right.
Which to me is like, you know how in Matthew it talks about if your eye is good, your whole body is good, is filled with light.
This is a verse that I am continually drawn to, and I feel like the application of it, like I'm always getting something new. So I'm like, please tell me.
Yes, that's what I love about, I love God's word.
Yes.
I just love how it's like, okay, so you've come at it one time.
Right.
And then another layer comes the next time.
Yes.
And then as we continue to mature, we see yet another layer. And it just is like, it's probably going to be into eternity that he keeps revealing and revealing, unveiling. So Matthew 6:22, I think, is the basically says, if your eye is good, your whole body will be filled with light. So what's at stake with us seeing well is our well-being. Is us filled with light or darkness, shadows or light.
Yeah.
And I feel like a key part to having good eyes is to see everything from the lens of my Papa loves me. My Papa loves me down to the smallest detail.
Yeah.
And so I'm scanning for evidence, collecting how much he loves me. And when things go wrong, I'm like, something good is coming out of this. My Papa loves me down to the smallest detail. And so it's like, because I'm looking at the world as my Father loves me so much, my body is bathed with light. Like, it is like, I really believe that the chemicals that are released in our bodies when we're just receiving the Father's love for us, it's this reality that kind of fights off disease and brings his kingdom order. And I feel like that is foundational. Is he loves me, he loves me, he loves me. And I'm looking for all and thanking him for all the ways he loves me. So, yeah.
That there's even like, what is the kind of science that's like, I'm like, we've talked about this before, where it's like based on energy and like what it comes into you and goes out.
Yeah,
I
who knows what
it's called.
Who knows what the title of it is, but
I'm like, there's even like quantum physics.
Oh, quantum
that
physics.
Like people cannot, like, there's stuff with energy, and I mean that's why there's the counterfeit of New Age,
right,
because it's coming close. It's coming close to truth. Not quite there,
right?
But there's like something that's so unexplainable about like receiving love and then love coming out and that creating attraction and that kind of thing, different from law of attraction, quote unquote, and the New Age, which is really twisting and counterfeiting the Lord's kingdom order. But anyway, okay, here we are again. we got on a bunny trail. That one was
another
me.
bunny
They're both
trail.
me. They're both me.
No.
Okay, so tell us who you are and your history with the Lord, because now we know you have not always seen the Lord and maybe even received his love on such a deep level. This is a newer thing. So walk us through it.
Okay, so let's see. What I do for a living is I invest in real estate. And the reason why I started that many years ago was because was a lawyer for 10 years and basically was...
Really? I didn't know this.
Yeah, I just felt as if I was in a little confined space when I was really needing freedom. So for the love of freedom, I started pursuing residential rentals. I never went into the commercial side, even though as a lawyer I did leases and purchase agreements
Sure.
for commercial properties. When I went into it, it was on the residential side. And so I started in 2007, and that was right before the real estate market crashed, and just kind of just rode that wave out.
Wow.
It was probably, so the first thing I purchased was a 20-plex apartment, and it was the school of hard knocks. Like, it was better than a college education in terms of, like, I'm either going to sink or swim. Like, every choice I made after, I knew it was my choice to have purchased this, and every choice from now on is either going to make it or break it. Like, I had that level of, like, fight. And so someone is like, what, you know, some people said, why don't you just give this up? And other people are, anyway. So what I ended up doing was just going for it. I was just like, okay, Lord, every little choice I make from now on is either going to make it or break it. So that became 2007. 2008 was when I came out and realized the managers were just not doing a very good job. I was only going to come out for 1 month to try to see what was going on. And what happened was, it looked like a ghost town when I came out. Like, the manager had overtaken one of the rentals. They wouldn't give me the keys to go look at any of
the building that you own?
Yes, they wouldn't give me the keys. I couldn't get the keys for like 2 weeks.
What?
And when I finally got the keys, it turned out there were a lot of homeless people, and that, anyway, it was a mess. There was like prostitutes and drug people, 2 drug people, and they were like the only paying tenants were the drug people that were selling drugs.
Oh my word.
And so it was a really dark building with a lot of darkness. Let's just say that.
Seriously?
Yeah. And so that became a time of crying out, December of 2008. From then till now, almost every single day, I cry out to God, give me wisdom.
Yeah.
I am so desperate for wisdom. I need wisdom.
Yeah.
Because every choice. And then, so that's yet another time. But
quick, can
from
I
the
pause?
Lord. Yes.
Can I pause? Okay. You left your career, high-paying career. I'm sure making good amount of money. You went to school to be a lawyer. Like, you left that because you wanted freedom. And some might say, like, oh, that's just like a desire. How do you know that was God? Or, like, how could you just follow that? Almost like a whim, but you knew you needed it. You knew that's what you, like, the life you wanted. Then you go into a career where it's like hitting a wall, things going bad, like the market crashed.
Yeah, it was very bad.
In a
for
historic
several years.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how did you know to keep pressing in? Because I think a lot of people listening, like, have desires and dreams, and there's that big question of, how do I know this dream is from God?
Yeah.
There's that big question. And so how did you know that that wasn't the Lord being like, hey, I made you to be a lawyer, go back and do that? You know, do you get what I'm saying?
So I feel like it was circumstantial. So I did the lawyering thing for 10 years, and then I went ahead and purchased this property, and right after it closed, I got laid off. And then I had a year where it was like I was in California. And then after that, in that year, 2008, was when I came out to be like, okay, I could either go the path of continuing being a lawyer or try to save this building. And I decided to go save the building. So with the whole, Lord, what am I supposed to do with my life?
Yeah.
I can only say is I take a step, and something inside of my heart felt very alive in the process of that wrestle for this building.
Wow.
I learned some of the deepest principles of God during that time. I saw love released in a way that I've never seen when I had a cushy job that was very comfortable. Like for example, my sister would fly out and try to help me, and then one of my memories is of her. There's this trash can. There's a huge trash bin overflowing with trash, and she's just throwing the trash into the trash bin. She's got this brand new leather jacket, leather shoes. She's jumped into the trash bin, and she's stomping on the trash in order to create more space.
Yeah.
And then somehow there's another young person there who was giving her the trash in order to throw it into this ginormous trash bin, and she just stomped it some more so that 6-foot spread of trash was cleaned up. Memories like that. And then a spiritual mentor mom who just insisted that she come and help me sweep the hallways. And there were like a lot of hallways to sweep. I think there was like 10 hallways. So this is one of my favorite memories. I'm like, no need. Anyway, she's like, no, I really want to. She comes with her mop and her broom. She's like, okay, let's go. So here we are, going up and down the stairs. I can't remember. One of us had the broom, one of us had the mop, and we were singing praise songs in Chinese as we're sweeping the stairways. And I felt so loved. Like
Beautiful.
It was this practical expression of love.
Yeah.
And then my sister's like, you can't attract anyone with these ugly hallways. So she then paid for the painting of all the hallways. I mean, it was like,
oh my word,
the Lord just kept showering his love. And then before she left, because it was like New Year's Eve, the New Year's Day, somebody had shot all these, there's all these blank bullet shells on the floor. So she went and she was happily picking them up before she left. She's like, I am bringing everyone a souvenir so that they'll be motivated to pray for you.
a shell? Is that what she's bringing?
Bullet shells. So she's like got this whole collection of bullet shells that she's going to hand to people to pray for me. But the things I learned were like authority over land and the importance of wisdom in making choices, the importance of love and practical service. I mean, it goes on and on.
Yeah.
And so I would not trade that horrible incident of purchasing that for anything, even though I wouldn't do that again, because this time I know what to look for.
Right.
Which is the due diligence process. But that was like my first purchase, and then,
Yeah.
So.
Which is such a reminder that sometimes we think things look bad in our eyes.
Right.
And the Lord is depositing gold in us.
Right.
Because you're even saying, like, I wouldn't give this up. But on the outside, anybody looking at you would be like, you made a terrible decision.
Right.
Look at how the building that you bought is overrun by darkness and, like, desolations, covered in trash. And there's, like, illicit activities happening in it. But you pressed in.
Yeah, the Lord also just drops encouragement. I feel like he's everywhere, constantly communicating to us if we but look, right?
Yeah.
And so I felt like during that time, I was in the crossroads of, should I go Section 8, which is government housing, or should I just go after the students that are nearby? And I would have thought, I wouldn't have had the faith to go after the students, but there was a building right next to me that was filled with students and working people. I'm like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
So because of that, I thought, okay, I'm going to go after the students. So
so that was an encouragement from the Lord.
And then one of the other lessons was like just to see with the eyes of faith what this whole area, because it's an entire block.
Yeah.
What this whole area could look like if it was a place filled with light and life. So I imagined like students from all over the world and just a lot of order and a lot of beauty. And like a couple years later, I remember walking down, like just, sweeping the grounds or whatever. And I felt like I heard music in the background, a flute playing, because there was somebody getting her graduate degree in flute.
Whoa.
And then there was somebody else who played the oboe. And there's students from all over the world. And she was from Taiwan. And the guy that played the oboe, I don't know where, but he was from somewhere else too. And there was a lot of people from India. And I just thought, wow, this is like the reality of that thought,
Yeah.
that prayer, and
Yeah.
that faith. So much of, I feel like the Lord, he's like, I want you to be like me. I think things, I dream about things, I imagine things, and then faith is what births it. And faith without action is dead. So there's a combination of, we are the ones who carry God's dreams for this world. In our own little way, each of us carries his dream.
Yeah.
And earlier you were asking, like, how do we find God's heart for our lives? Sometimes I feel like he will say, hey, you should do this with your life. And if he doesn't, then I feel like it's we do, our part is to listen. What is it that gives me life? Like, what is it that, where I feel alive? Even if it is so difficult and it's this mountain that I think, am I ever going to summit this thing?
Yeah.
But inside there is this life, because we were made to take down the giants. We were made to enter our promised land. And we were made for that. We weren't made to live a life where we're coasting it. We were made to be the giant slayers. And so I feel like the whole thing of Israel and how they're called out of slavery and through the wilderness into the promised land over and over, our lives are living that thing out.
Yeah.
That same thing. We each have a place where we have slavery in our mentality, in our soul. And the Lord's like, I want to save you from that. And I'm going to rescue you. I'm going to pull you out of that place of slavery. And I'm going to take you through. Now, will you take it down? Will you take the giants of the land down? And then our place is, yes, I will. We are well able, like Caleb, right?
Yeah.
It's like, we are well able to take these on. Or will we step back like the 12 and be like, the giants are really big. We look like grasshoppers in their sight. And when that happens, when we do that, we release curses, because forever that cycle when they were supposed to go in, instead, that's the same time of that year, every year, it's hard for the Jewish people. Like, their temples both times got destroyed, on the 9th of Av. So anyway, historically.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we're walking that out too. So the joy piece, the feeling alive piece, the walking it out. And I just feel like, just take the little step. It's not easy, because once you take it, it's not like forever you could just, that's it. Like, I feel like he has other mountains for us to go, to take down, or other areas, because he let them take that land bit by bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't a one-time thing. As their capacity grew, then he said, okay, next.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Anyway, so finding what God has made us for, I think that's one of the biggest questions I still have.
Yeah.
And I'm in my 50s.
Yeah.
And I know that fundamentally we are each made so designed so intricately to receive love and to be loved and to give love, right?
Yeah.
So that is probably the most important overarching thing. But then designed specifically, I feel like we could find that when we just take out a little step and be like, okay, I'm going to try this and see what happens. And then I'm going to try that. And then the Lord just partners with us, I feel like. He'll close certain doors. He'll open certain doors.
Right.
And
I love how you're talking about this, because it takes away perfect love casts out fear. It takes away all the fear of, am I missing God? Does he have something else for me? Am I on the wrong path? And I feel like a lot of young women really struggle with, can I trust my desires? Even I was talking with someone just a few days ago who she's married, and she was saying she and her husband both have this dream, and it's big and it's audacious, and she's like, but we don't know if it's from the Lord. And I'm like, you're both in total unity about it, and it's big and beautiful, and it's gonna do so much, bring so much light, to use your language, bring so much light into the world. I was like, I mean, when in doubt, that kind of thing
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
like the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think we get so like afraid that we're gonna, I don't even know what it comes down to. Afraid of missing God, afraid of like displeasing him or disappointing him. But I love from your angle looking at everything from the lens of love casts out all that fear. It's like, where do I see your love in my life right now? How did you make me, and what do you love about me, and the unique things that he puts inside of us.
Yeah.
And it's just a totally different angle to look at it,
Yeah.
which brings so much freedom.
Yeah. And I feel like it's still something I wrestle with, this fear. It's not as if because I've taken down some giants in the past
Sure.
that my heart's devoid of fear and that I don't step forward and, that I step forward in faith in every arena. So it's still, and that's where I see the mercy of God. Like as I grow older, I see, oh, look at me. I've got these places of arrested development where I still have fears, where I still hold back because it's safe and it's easy and it's comfortable. And I don't want to take these risks and go take down the giants. And then there's the mercy of the Lord every day. It's new. And he just washes me again. And then he invites me again. And he invites me in all these different ways. Will I go into the deep unknown with him? So I just feel like he's so merciful, and he speaks through so many different avenues, kind of the same like invitation to like live this life that is just, it's the life that he dreams, that he's written out for us. Except he doesn't give us the exact script, which can be frustrating, right? Because we're like, okay, Lord, if you just told me exactly what to do, when to do it, etc., then whatever, then I would know, and I would just obediently go do that. I feel like there are times when he will do that and he'll break in, and yet the bigger portion of the time I don't see that. And I feel like for us, it's going after loving him, and then going after those things that he puts inside of us. Because Father means desire. Like he is desire. Sire, Father, of Father.
Wow.
Desire of Father. So it's like he is the one. Everything starts out as a seed. And what is that seed, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that seed is this desire. And sometimes the desire is a small thought. And sometimes it just keeps growing. We can't ignore it. So it's like, I feel like it's like, Lord, what do you want me to have faith for? And then
back to that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay, Lord, let's go for it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Which, okay, going back to your time, but you just bought the complex. Things look bad. They're going bad. Do you have any like practicals? Because I think a lot of people end up in seasons like that in their life where they took a leap.
You're right.
And I mean, yours was more of a crossroads and you decided one path, but like, so you took one of the prongs of the crossroads and then everything looks bad, everything looks bad, everything looks bad. But you have this little thing inside of you that's like, I feel alive. There's like so much that I desire and I enjoy in this. How do you, in those moments, practically notice God when it looks like there's prostitutes living in my building and there's homeless people and there's just the only people who are paying their rent are the drug dealers?
I think that at that time it was like pure survival. And so in terms of noticing God, I was just clinging to him. Like every day it was just like clinging to him.
Yeah.
And I would work from the beginning of the day to the end and just like fall asleep exhausted, get up, do the same. And I feel like in terms of noticing God in the detail, one of the things that practically that's been helpful is I calendar everything I do in the day, not so much prior, but after I've done it. So I have this book where I calendar what has been done during the day. And then at the end of the day, I'll look back for how has he loved me today, right? And what is he doing?
Oh, I love that.
And then at the end of the week, on my Sabbath on Saturday,
Yeah.
I look back in the week and ask the same question.
Yeah.
At the end of the month, the same thing. And at the end of the year, the same thing. And so then it's like distilled and this set intentionality of remembering, and noticing, you're writing my story with me. You're writing it.
Yeah.
And I am noticing. I am putting my attention to what you're saying through my life of how much you love me,
Yeah.
how much you care, and not just going through it and not remembering to thank him
Yeah.
for how he cared and
Yeah.
loved in the small details.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's one, and then other practical ways. I feel like that I survived that was praying, just singing.
Yeah. I love
And
singing
just
praises
working.
with your friend. Sweeping. Well, I mean,
Good
but really,
memory. Good memory.
yeah, that verse, he's enthroned upon the praises of his people. And like, are we creating a throne for him to be
Yes.
entering into our lives more and more and more and more and more, bringing
Yes.
in light, bringing in light, bringing in light.
Yes.
So good. Okay, so then, for the person listening and they have never, like, they feel God doesn't love them, they really wrestle with that. Can you give us, like, what are some examples of things to look for that you're like, I see how God loved me on Monday when he did this? Like, things that we might miss because we're stuck in that, going back to the feedback loop, like we're stuck in the negative feedback loop of pain and hurting. Like, what would be some little what have been some little signposts in your weeks, months, whatever, where you've been like, this is God loving me?
So I'm going to go back a little bit because so I'm going to go back to when I was little.
Sure.
At 3 was when I came to know the Lord because my dad was a missionary in Indonesia. And even though I was seeing lots of miracles, like demons getting cast out of houses and this woman throwing up shards of glass and needles because a lover had cursed her with witchcraft and stuff like that. I mean, it is like a lot of power encounter.
Yeah.
But I remember having a conversation with the Lord and saying as a 3-year-old, Father, if you're real, could you make it rain? And it started raining. What? If you're real, could you make it stop raining? And it stopped. And I was like, this is all coincidental. I don't believe it. And then I went back and forth. And after a couple times, I finally said, okay, you're real.
Wow.
So then it was like, okay, I have evidence that he's real. Then we come back to the States at around 5 or 6. And for some reason, I could not believe in the Lord, even though I wanted to. So from the time of, I would say, first grade, all the way to high school, my senior year of high school, it was a wrestle to try to believe in the Lord. So I kind of understand when people cannot believe because the world felt devoid of God's existence. At that level, I could not believe. And then, and then 18 hit, I graduated high school, and I went to this retreat, and that was when the Lord met me. I could see him on the cross, dying for me in my mind's eye, and then tears. I had not cried for years. But to me, a sign that the Lord is present is when I start weeping. And it became a season of weeping. And to me, my college years are my time of fire where I just loved him. And I ran with girlfriends who just loved him.
Yeah. And
then after I graduated and went to law school came my years of disillusionment. And that lasted for over a decade. Where it just was like life wasn't turning out like I thought. It's very dissatisfying to go to work. And where are all these promises that I thought were going to happen? Like I didn't get married during that, so that's why I didn't get married till I was 38. And so there's a lot of disillusionment, this sense of delay, and does God even hear my prayers?
Yeah.
And then came the time when I came here, and that's when there was a fight for the rentals and a fight for my husband, which is another story.
Yeah, that's its own
And
story.
then, so I feel like during that whole time, the Lord had mercy on me, even when I couldn't feel him
Yeah.
or believe him.
Yeah.
He had mercy on me, and he broke in ways that are above and beyond, and was still like, it was like this wrestle of, oh, I want to have this relationship with you, and then not being able to. And then after all this time, now it's like everywhere I look, all I see is evidence of God.
Yeah.
Every leaf says that he's real, that he's a genius creator.
Yeah.
Every animal I see, every human I see, I'm like, none of this could exist. If you think about it,
Yeah.
none of this could exist without a creator. So I feel like it's by his grace that I somehow moved from a place of not being able to believe to now seeing everything as from him. And my part in it is to exercise that muscle of thank you, thank you, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
thank you
Yeah.
for making this. Thank you for, so like, you know, just noticing creation, you know, just taking time. I feel like some marriages prosper and some marriages don't, but one of the elements I feel like is attention.
Yeah.
Like saying, I'm going to appreciate you.
Totally.
And I'm going to take the time to enjoy you. And I feel like that's like so fundamental in it all, that we do that with the Lord. I'm going to give you my attention.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to adore you and appreciate what you made. And so it's like this muscle that keeps growing. So there's a part where, sure, the Lord is the one who breaks in and has mercy. And there's a part where we do our part, which is, I just adore you. And I just so appreciate who you are and what you've done, like in creation. And there's like a lot of animals to look at to admire him.
Anglerfish.
Yeah,
the first
anglerfish
one.
is one of them, right? And there's like so many, even just looking at our body,
Yeah.
even if you just look at our eyes.
I know the eyes are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I went to this iridologist one time, and he was able to, just by shining a light into my eye, tell me all my ailments of my body. He's like, your eye is a map to your entire body.
Okay, and that goes back to the eye being
Yes,
oh my word.
the light.
Yes.
And so if your eye is good, your whole body is
Yes.
good. So he's like, your eye, I could see these issues. And he was able to say, nailed it with me, nailed it with my husband. And it was just like,
wow.
Lord, you're amazing that you made the eye. Like you could spend an eternity just studying the eye, just one piece of God's creation, one part of our body.
Yeah.
And somehow we miraculously work all together. And then even the teeth, like even each tooth is tied to like an entire system in our body. Each tooth.
Incredible.
Yeah, each tooth is like a map to our body. Each eye, there's sections that are a map to our whole body. And so what do we do? Do we just go, oh, that's pretty cool? Or do we go, I worship you, Father,
Yeah.
because you're behind this? And that, I feel like that takes, that's like, I worship you. And then in terms of the grind, the mundane grind of life sometimes, because I feel like that's the bigger part of our life.
Right, right.
Right? So there are times when I can intentionally be like, okay, I worship you for this. And that's easiest in the morning. But when the mundane grind comes, it's like, for me, what I find helpful is I love you in this little small thing I'm doing. I offer it as a sacrifice. I just love you, Lord. And then I'll go do my little thing. And then the next task, I love you, Lord, in this little small thing.
Yeah.
And offer it as a sacrifice. Like if I do it for me, then it's like, okay. But if I do it for the Lord and I love him, I feel like then it's an eternal offering
Yeah.
of love. And
Yeah.
so I feel, a lot of times that mundaneness kind of like sucks the life out of us. But I feel like we can turn that mundane into these little acts of offering to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It even makes me think of years ago, I read a book about like defectors from North Korea,
Oh,
and there was this girl shared her like autobiography, and she just talked about how wonderful it was family wise to grow up in North Korea where they had no electricity, no heat, and no food. And one of her
wow.
most precious memories was going out with, I think, her little brother into the fields catching grasshoppers or crickets and eating them for
Oh,
snacks.
like John the
I know.
Baptist who ate
Yeah.
locusts.
But she talked about like the nights where they would sit under candlelight, and even when she
Oh,
got like she defected successfully and then made it eventually to South Korea, and there's the rush and the busy, and she
yeah.
missed those aspects of North Korea. I mean, there's so much she didn't miss, but
Right.
that aspect of the simple life, and that along with what you're saying kind of makes me think too. I'm like, we're meant to live at a slower pace.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus did. He was
Right.
so often went off to a quiet place by himself, and just that restful attitude.
Yeah.
And then talking to the Lord, instead of this grind,
Right.
move forward.
Right.
Yeah.
I think one of the ways that I have found very helpful for connecting with the Lord, and sometimes like I feel like low moods, right? And so for taking me out of that place is just taking walks in the morning or throughout the day, like, which is going back to that simple place where I'm like listening,
Yeah.
like I'm turning off all my requests to the Lord.
Oh.
I'm turning off, the clutter in my brain, and I'm
Yes.
just listening to birds singing or cicadas. Lately, there's been a lot of cicadas.
So many cicadas,
Yeah, and
yeah.
just like it's a symphony all around of
Yeah.
what He's made, and He's given us ears to be able to hear this, and then just looking at what He's made. I'm just like, try to look up and not at the pavement, right? And just like look up, and it's like, oh my Lord, you're glorious. Every day the sky looks different. And then even the trees, all through the seasons, they keep changing.
Right.
It's this outdoor cathedral that it's just limitless. It can
Yeah.
keep going up. And we're so small. It just puts everything into perspective. And what I love to do is, instead of offering Him all these prayer requests and all these needs, is just to talk to Him about how much I enjoy Him, how creative He is,
Yeah.
so it was the many things that I'm thankful for. I feel like it's like that's what a relationship is, like this place of, I just appreciate you, right? And
Yeah.
then once in a while, some intercession will take place. It's a short one. But lately, it's just been more, I just want to, it was really cool. My girlfriend sent me this little meme thing of these two bears, the mama bear and a baby bear, and you can see them from their back, and they're both looking out at this beautiful horizon. And apparently, bears love to spend time just gazing at nature. It's like as if they're worshiping. They've slowed so much down. They'll just
Yeah.
spend a long stretches of time just admiring nature.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. We
If
have
the bears
something
need it.
we have something to learn from the bears.
Seriously.
And so like, yeah, I just feel like that what you were just saying is so true. Like just dialing down.
Yeah.
And I feel like another thing is, I don't know how many people, for me, one of the biggest things that's been helpful is just spending time just sitting in silence too, every
Yeah.
day, where I'm not really asking, it's not like a whole lot of stuff. It's just looking into His eyes and telling Him how much I love Him
Yeah.
and and just receiving His love.
Yeah.
And just like in my mind's eye, I'm just imagining the sunlight from His face, just like healing and nurturing. And I'm like a little thirsty flower, just drinking up His approval, His delight, all of that. So, yeah, I just agree with that.
That's so good. Okay, that we'll wrap up here. I don't even want to wrap up. I want to talk to you for like 3 more hours. But this brings me to final question. What in the character of God has most been delighting you recently?
Oh, I think that he delights, if that makes sense.
Like that he has emotion? Like
that his delight delights me.
Oh, okay.
Expound. So I feel his joy when I'm happy. I feel him calling me to be happy, to walk with joy in this calm. It's a calm, happy, joyful place. I feel his joy, like he said when he made creation, it was like a thing of play for him.
Yeah.
And so his delight gives me strength. You know, it says the joy of the Lord gives us strength. His delight over me gives me strength. His approval, so I feel like, you know, sometimes we look to people to like us in order to feel like we're okay.
Yeah.
I just love that he's the source that's perfect. Like, he's the only one that sees us perfectly, that'll never leave us nor forsake us. And so the character of God, I mean, he's so amazing in every way, but lately I've just been delighting in his delight. So, yeah.
Oh, that's so good. And I've never heard somebody put it this way. And it is such a quiet, like, meditation, too. That goes back to, like, just sitting and enjoying. And, like, I love, too, like, imagining his light filling your eyes, filling your body with light.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, would you pray over our listeners for, like, grace to see the Lord in the details? And I think another thing too, I know another thing that many of our listeners struggle with is feeling, does the Lord love me? And that question and that doubt. And so would you pray into those things? Thank you.
Oh, Father, thank you for your love and delight over each person that you've made that's listening. It's no accident that they're listening. And I just thank you that you delight over every detail of each woman, each person that you've made. That you intentionally designed each detail, and then after you designed it, you're like, oh, this is delightful. This is wonderful. And you are so good at savoring us. You call us to be like you, to savor well. So I just release heaven's blessing of savoring well over each person listening, each woman, that the thirst to be seen and cherished and delighted in would be fully satiated, and that they would find their heart's greatest fulfillment in knowing that you love, and you love so well, you love so deeply, you love so intimately, down to the smallest detail. Would you release this grace, fresh grace that only you can release, fresh grace to walk in this reality day by day, even when life feels very mundane. Fresh grace, Father. Thank you for even thinking of us to come into existence on this earth, for giving us this privilege to get to live. We bless you with all that we are, and I bless each person listening. I bless them in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
It was
for
a joy.
Being here. Oh my word, what a blessing. You're
it was
amazing.
A joy. You're a joy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Hey sis, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share the podcast with someone who wants to grow in prayer? Also, please leave a quick review on the show on Apple Podcasts. It blesses my heart to know this podcast is encouraging to you. All right, time to go study the character of God. Woohoo! See you back here every Monday and Thursday. Be blessed, sis. Also, my husband made this music. Isn't it awesome? Okay, I'm leaving.